Well, my little welder finally gave up the ghost. It was getting worse and worse. I got a couple of years of use out of it, a few £100 of rod. For $100 I really can't complain too much. So I'll just go buy another one. Move on. I got another welder. I didn't like it. It didn't have a cooling fan in it, so I just chopped the one out of the other one and welded it in here and moved my transformer up out of the way. Took a little doing, but anyway, now I got a cooling fan in it. Now I'll put it back together and try my Franken welder out. Yeah, it looks pretty good. I just tack welded it in there and just to see what's happening. Try to put my trunk here on it, but I think that's going to clear everything. And I measured it, it's all leveled, so let's see what happens. Well, that looks pretty good. Might have got it just a hair low, but the tank still moves around. The tank will actually help brace it a little bit, so I'm not putting all of the torque onto that plate and back. And looks pretty good. Pretty much center of the car. Maybe off a little bit, but I'm not particularly worried about that. It's good enough. Just need a place to put the battery. It's clearing the wood well, so I won't have any difficulties there. And so now I can weld it in a little better, and it'll be a done deal. Alright, that's a done deal. I welded it in pretty good, ground it off, squirted some primer on it, so battery box is done. Now I can start to plan my wires and put the trunk and stuff on. I need to get some kind of a raising apparatus here for it. I don't want to use that big old whole piece of steel, maybe like 6-8 inches off each end there will be enough. I have to put it on it and see where I can weld and bolt to. Well, that's good enough for now. Fuel pump will go in there. I have probably move the tank all the way over here, so give me a little bit of a toolbox on the right. I kind of hate to have the weight off center. Maybe I will, maybe I won't, but anyway, battery's in good, fuel pump's in. I'll still have me plenty of room here to carry tools or a toolbox, lock up coats and stuff like that, which is very necessary with a topless thing. I can got some wire here. I can run me a ground down through the floor there and ground it onto the frame. So this will all work out good. Still got some more stuff here. I got to put in a floorboard. That can be towards the last. What I need to do though is make sure that transmission and everything is in where it should go. And that means putting the motor in it. And so that's what I'm going to do now, is put the motor mounts on the motor and set it in here and figure out where my holes need to be drilled and drill them, and just mount the motor in it. And then from there I can tell where my steering and all that stuff's got to go, and where my gas lines and starter cables and things like that need to go. Now here we go for posterity. Starting to set the motor in. Kind of excited. It took me a long time to get to this point. So we'll just start putting it in, and I have to drill my bolt holes and stuff. See what happens. Yeah, that's roughly where it goes. I need to measure it exactly in the center, but we're awfully close to where it goes. Scratch my frame up a little getting it in, but that's alright. I can always much where it needs to go. I'll move it around a little more and then mark the holes, pull it out and drill it, and then we'll mount it in solid. Well, there it is, sitting on its own. It's finally in the frame. Now I gotta do some tap into this rear flywheel here, or the crankshaft with the flywheel on it, and quite a bit of other stuff, but at least the motor's in the frame now, and got my motor mount holes drilled. Looks like it might be a little bit of a problem to get a bolt on the bottom of them there. Just don't have enough room between the bolt and the frame. Anyway, that's something I'll work out if I have to cut a little piece of the frame out, or even. Anyway, it's in. Move on to the next thing. I got that all threaded and adapter in, flywheel in, bolts all in. Looks pretty good. Now I need to put the transmission adapter plate on it, and then I can kind of set the transmission in and see where I'm at. That's pretty much it. Put the adapter plate on and it's all ready to go. Next thing, I just have to put my transmission up there. I don't know. Just looking at it from here, it looks like it might be interfering with that firewall. I've got it set roughly where it needs to go. I don't know. Maybe it drops down enough to clear my thing. If not, I'll have to cut it up. Anyway, motor's in finally. Looks good. Paint looks great on it. So, starting the assembly. From now on, it'll be kind of downhill. I think one of the first things I'll do is get that motor all ready and fire it up. I'm anxious to hear it run just to see what it sounds like.